And this is what we're going to do. I'm going to say the word sponge. And you guys are going to say the first word that pops into your head, okay? Ready? 1, 2, 3, sponge.
Sponge.
Yellow.
Sponge. That's mine.
I command you, as King of the Britons, to stand aside.
I move for no man.
Hey, can I bring Anne?
Who?
Anne. You know, she's the girl I'm kind of hanging out with.
I haven't met him.
Yes, you have.
Michael had met Anne.
It's Hard-Headed Sports with Spinny and Fetty Bus. Famous for their podcasts, you can now catch them right here on The Al Travis Show.
I will give Spinny and Fetty Bus a lot of credit. Of course, they're massively known in their podcast world. They've also made a huge impact with this program on our Minnesota Timberwolves, and I'm happy to say it happened right here. Spinny, Fetty, we had a good week, real good week.
I think it was you that made the impact, Al.
Well, without your guys' heavyweight pulling, I don't know if I could have done it. Spinny, we got Garza freed, my friend. We've been begging for freeing Garza at the end of that bench for how long now? The young man is free, and I'm a little choked up just talking about it.
Man's going to get some minutes, too. I think he's probably the Celtics' #1 center currently. So,
how great is that for him? I'm so thrilled for the kid. I really am. I just always liked him. I don't think defensively he's as good as he could be, but he'll get there. But what a fun kid. I'm happy for him. Going to get paid.
Little cute little 2-year, $5.5 million for Luka. Coming, like Spinny said, I think they have Xavier Tillman on their roster right now, but other than that, it's literally Xavier Tillman and Luka Garza for center, so he might be getting a lot of run next season.
I love that. And did you also see my man, Engels, Joe? He can't go anywhere. The legendary Joe.
Out of bounds, inbound, or the inbounds passer, I should say.
He's a specialist, Bus. He is a specialist. Yeah. He throws the ball inbounds when everyone else gets all choked up. He's sitting at the end of our bench for $3 million, and good for Joe, getting paid. I don't know how many minutes total.
Can't believe Joe's still grinding out NBA contracts. It's crazy that this man is still getting contracts.
I say good for him. The crowd loves it when he finally gets in the game at the end. So the end of our bench has been cleaned up a little bit. I'm very happy with all of it. There was some other stuff of news of note we might throw out there after the Engels comment. My Nas Reeves jersey is good for 5 more years, people.
5 more years. Let's go.
5 more years. I'm so happy. Oh, beautiful.
Now we just got to get him to get a little better playoff performances than we saw last year, huh?
Okay, you got to go negative right now. I'm talking about my jersey. My jersey's good for 5 years, and he got is this regular 6-man money? $125 million, $25 million a year to be the 6th guy off the bench. Is that normal? It seems huge.
It's pretty big, I feel like, but I don't know.
I'm good for him.
Kind of looking at across the NBA. I feel like he's on a pretty similar tier for guys that are paid or about the money he's worth. But it does seem weird paying a guy coming off your bench $25 million. So I get that. But yeah, once Rudy's gone, he would probably be our likely starter. So,
and I mean,
good.
Nick,
go ahead,
like Alexander Walker just got $21 million. Julius Randle $33 million basically over 3 years. So I don't think the Nas contract is crazy, like out of the range of where it should be.
Well, when you look at a team, and again, I'm happy not. This is nothing ripping Nas. So they got the Randall. Randall got $100 million for 3 years, so $33 million a year. I'm happy what the Wolves did, but we're so packed for money. We let a Naw go, and we're paying a guy $25 million to be, the next guy up. It just seems like a crap load of money. I'm happy for Nas. I think this is good. I hope you guys just give me your thoughts then. Between the getting Nas and Randall and paying good money for them both, you've got Ant here for the long term. We just got 2 knucklehead guys we've never heard of, 7 foot tall and above. Isn't the play to get rid of Rudy? You still got a Nas who could step in, maybe teach these guys how to play hard? Throw it out there. Bust, you tell me. Where's Rudy's spot in all this, and can we get rid of him?
I still think he's probably locked into being a Timberwolf until his contract expires. I just don't know why anybody would want Rudy for almost $40 million. I won't lie. So,
well, we wanted him for that.
Yeah, here's the thing. It's pretty crazy what's coming out. Like, Kevin Durant didn't want to come here, so that was the biggest part of that trade not going through. But I've there's been a couple athletic articles that have said that Tim Connolly was really hesitant to give up Rudy Gobert, and that they like the rim protection and they're worried about not having a defensive center. So it's very interesting. Like, yes, we all hate him, and I'd love to pay somebody less money that can do 85% of what Rudy does. But it seems like he's valued within the organization and even by Tim Connolly, which is crazy to me.
But is there something instinctive that he does that I'm not seeing? Because he's 7 foot, right? He's 7'2". Okay, we have two 7-footers now on the bench, and you got a Naz Reid. Can they not play that center position and he has no hands? I think he only makes 40% of his shots, and that's from 2 feet in.
The hands thing is the most frustrating part.
Yeah. So you tell me 80.
Miss all these passes.
Spinny sitting here going, I only need 85%. You're telling me Naz Reid isn't 85% of him or either one of these kids?
He's not.
No?
It's unfortunate, but like Randall and Naz, as far as rim protection, are like 40% of Rudy. And so it's just hard. You do have to have a rim protector in these days of the NBA. Like, there's just too many athletes. I just wish we could get one that was slightly cheaper and could catch a pass.
Okay. Or put the ball on the ground if he had to. He dribbles twice, it's gone. Let me ask you this, and again, Mike Conley, I love the man. I'm not mad at the man. Put him down there with Joe Ingles, let him be a leader for this squad. But in my opinion, he's slow. You look what OKC has, and even Indiana, the Pacers, these are quick, fast, large kids, and I don't think Mike's the guy anymore. Do we not need somebody that can step up?
I was hoping we would go grab a point guard. Obviously, there's still time, so wouldn't surprise me if during this week we get someone with our remaining money. I think we're only at like $5.5 million though, so it's obviously going to be a vet probably seeking to try to win. I saw Malcolm Brogdon's name floated out there, which I think he's kind of like the perfect type of guy. The only issue with Malcolm Brogdon is he just can't ever stay on the court because he's always injured. So that'd be my biggest concern with him. And Tyus Jones was another name floated around, but he just signed with the Orlando Magic last night. So
also,
Spin, what do
Spencer Dinwiddie, another name that has been thrown around as a point guard for us.
Is there nothing off our bench? I hate to say that, but isn't that Dillingham and the other kid? Don't we have 2 or 3 of these young point guards who are supposed to be able to come up? Are they not learning enough, fast enough? Can they not get in the game?
Well, Dillingham is a top 10 pick, so you better get more run this year.
Well, okay.
You traded up to draft him too, right? So
yep.
I'm not like the biggest Rob Dillingham believer, but I think he 100% deserves more playing time. And I still think you get another vet just to kind of spread the minutes out a little more. Like you said, Mike looked a little slow, but you don't want to just run into the season with only Rob Dillingham basically as your competent point guard. So we got to go get one of those other vets out there.
Sven, you with him on that?
Yeah. Terrence Shannon's not a point guard. And Rob Dillingham, I am concerned about him being our starting point guard, like from a maturity perspective and from an ability to defend anyone on the court perspective. So there better be some major improvements.
What did we get him for if he can't do either of those? Why would we trade up for a guy who, besides his offense and his defense, he's really just a nice kid?
I mean, he's a 6th man of the year scorer, in my opinion. I've never been too confident in him, like being the point guard of your team. Maybe Bus has got a different opinion than me, but
do you, Bus?
No, I don't. He's even a Kentucky boy, so I hate to rip on that guy, but I was not in on him really at Kentucky, and when we drafted him, I didn't even like that move either. So I'm not really, like I said, I'm not a big Rob guy, but either way, when you do that, you got to give the guy some minutes so then he can at least develop.
No, at least see what you've got. I don't disagree with that. So with all of this being said, Na is gone. Garza's gone, which hurts my heart, but Garza's gone. We are. Is this team better off going into next season, or are we worse? And this is back to, it just seems to me, and I'm going to go to break. You guys can talk to me on the other side. We're going to go to break. It seems to me the Timberwolves organization believes as long as we get to the playoffs, we're okay. 2 Western Conference Finals, that was wonderful. But we don't seem to want to make that move to go the next step, because in reality, as we sit right now, in my own humble opinion, we're not even as good a team as we were. We'll talk about that with the guys. We've got them. Spinny and Fetty Bus from Hard Headed Sports right after this.
Dust from livestock buildings can be harmful to your animals and to you. Coughing animals can lead to costly vet visits and other serious health problems. Now there's an environmentally safe solution for your dust problems. It's called Dust Lock. Dust Lock can control the dust all summer long with just one application. Protect your animals and your health with Dust Lock. Learn more at dustlock.com.
Do you have a closet full of old videos, photos, slides, or films? Regain that space and preserve those memories for future generations. Visit archivinglifemedia.com or call 952-829-8018. See how safe and simple it is to digitize all your media. Gain peace of mind knowing that all those important memories will be saved and can be seen and shared again. Do it today. Check out archivinglifemedia.com or give them a call, 952-829-8018.
Amongst friends, the Al Travis Show. Nothing but talk.
All right, we've got him, Buzz and Spinny, and talking to your Minnesota Timberwolves today. Let me throw some more numbers out. We mentioned we got Garza to go. I think he got himself a couple-year deal, $5 million. We said that Joe Engel's going to get himself $3 million. Naz Reid's $125 million a year for 5 years. Randall, $100 million for 3. I'm telling you, all that goes on. Na is gone. He goes to Atlanta, makes $14 million a year. My promise to you, I'll start with you, Bus. The Timberwolves currently are less of a team than they were before the end of this season. And I'll tell you, Atlanta's a better team at $14 million getting a Na. How am I wrong?
Nas, quick note before I answer your question. It's funny how he was kind of just tossed into a deal to trade D'Lo, right? It was Mike Conley, Na, and a couple seconds for D'Lo, and now D'Lo just got a 2-year, $12 million contract, and Na got 4 for 64. So it's just funny how things have changed a lot since then, for sure. But I would say we're probably even. I wouldn't say we're worse as a team.
How are we even? We've lost Na, and we got 2 guys we never heard of that are developmental players at best.
That's because Terrence Shannon Jr., I am very, very confident in him, and I'm very confident in Jalen Clark as well. So those are 2 guys that are going to step in and take some of those minutes up. And TSJ is obviously more of your offensive guy, and Jalen Clark's your defensive guy. So, and I think it's also a testament how we haven't really made a big, giant splash move is a testament to our faith in Ant in our front office, right? They truly think he's going to continue to take these steps towards superstardom.
You good with that, Spinny, or is he blowing smoke? I find it hard to believe you get rid of a Na and you pull 2 7-footers we've never heard of, and Bus is saying we're better this year.
I mean, I don't know about better, but
I didn't say better. I said even.
Yeah, I don't.
Okay. playoff even, but we're not going to make up 18. What did we lose? 19 games to OKC, right? 19. They won 19 more games. We didn't get 19 games better, did we?
No chance.
But I agree with Bus. Like it will be cool to see Terrence Shannon in the lineup, and I think given what we saw in the playoffs last year and his confidence, like I think he can give us 90% of what Na did, and obviously with the potential for more. And as much as we've hated on Rob Dillingham, like there is some scoring off the bench for him. There is some leading the backup lineup, being a decision maker and scoring the basketball. So like I think we'll get some of that from Rob as well. So hopefully between TSJ and Rob, you can kind of make up for the Na minutes.
Okay. Neither one of you, do you see one of these big, we get rid of Cat, bring in the other three guys, trades on the day before we go into the season or into practice? Do we see anything like that in our future? Are we, Boss, you said we have $5 million, find some third-rate guard. Is that about all we can expect from here on out?
I think so, yeah. I don't think we're trying to do a big shakeup like that right before the season like last year. As we saw, it just took way too long for us to kind of build that chemistry, right? So I think it's kind of the right move to run it back with our core pieces here. And I do definitely think Ant's going to take that next step. So hopefully we see it.
And it's hard, too. I think our biggest trade piece in that scenario is Julius Randle. And Julius Randle now can't be traded until like December 25th or whatever the contract thing is. So I think that's a big part of it too, is that money-wise, unless someone wants Gobert, it's going to be hard to like match monies without Randall's contract.
All right, fair enough. One other side note before we get out of here. They are renaming the St. Paul XL Energy Center to the Grand Casino Event Center or Grand Casino Arena. You guys okay with that? It doesn't seem to matter to me much. Go ahead.
It's forever the XL Energy. I'm not going to call it St. Paul. I'll never call it that. I never will.
You're an old man like me. That's what I'm going to say, Bus. That's my feelings. Like I'm not learning new tricks.
Different state, but it's like it's Staples Center forever. It's not Crypto Arena or whatever the hell it's called now. You know what I mean? Yeah. It's kind of the same concept.
Spinning you with it. Mine was more. I'm getting really tired of all these sports making so much money on the gambling, and then have problems with the way they let Pete Rose in now for gambling on baseball, and that's they're making money hand over fist on gambling.
No, I agree. I'm a little sad. It's just the X. The X is such a perfect name for a stadium, and it's just like it's tough. But I mean, at the end of the day, like if you're getting way more money from a different company than you are from the current one, and the contract is up, like I can't blame the X people either, or the whoever owns it for taking that. Like, I mean, it is what it is, and you're gonna try to get more money. But I'm with Bus. It is the X forever. I don't think that changes.
See, that's why the X made out on that, because they get it, and we'll all call it that forever. But I had a hard time when my energy company was spending that kind of money, so I'd remember to pay my bill once a month. What are you talking about? You got to advertise the energy company? It's like, hey, we're St. Paul Civic Center, and you have to pay the money so you can remember we're in St. Paul. I don't know. Gotta fly. Bus, Spinny, how do we get your podcast so you can hear all your conversations about basketball?
You can catch us on YouTube, Spotify, and Apple Podcasts.
Appreciate you both being here. We'll do it again on Thursday, shall we?
Thank you.
It's Spinny. It's Fetty Bus on the Al Travis